Well, welcome to another lesson of the Focus on Contentstack course. I am Marcelo Lewin, the Headless creator. As always, there's my email address. Feel free to send me an email and get in touch with me, marcelo@headlesscreator.com. Today, I'm going to show you how to implement content governance, and those are rules around your content and who can update content and who can update content and all the things you want to put around your content. That's your content governance. How do we implement that? Using custom roles, specifically today in Contentstack, right? But you can use custom roles in a variety of headless CMSs. So today we're going to focus on Contentstack. So that's what you're in for today's lesson. For those of you live watching, thank you. I really appreciate it. As you know, we're going to do the typical, which is go to Headless Creator. For those of you watching live, go to Headless Creator, create an account. It's free, 100% free. No charge. Then you'll have full access to the Focus on Contentstack course. You're also going to have access to the Content Modeling Weekly, all these other courses, the Discover Headless Tech course. Register, it's 100% free. Once I'm done with this lesson, it's going to be available immediately on demand. It'll include the Miro board that you see here, which I'm going to go through in just a minute. We're going to go through a bunch of stuff today, so it's going to be a cool lesson. So make sure you register. Like I said, it's 100% free, and follow me on all the social media that you see down there below. And that's it. So as you know, I'm going to go ahead and restart the intro, because for the on-demand version, there's not going to be any marketing. As always, there's no marketing on the on-demand version. So we'll start with the intro, and then we'll get started on the lesson. So I'll see you guys in just 20 seconds. Well, hello, and welcome. Oh, I forgot to turn off the screen share there, but that's okay, no worries. Hello, and welcome to another lesson of the Focus on Contentstack course. I am Marcelo Lewin, the Headless Creator. As always, marcelo@headlesscreator.com. Feel free to email me, reach out to me. I'll answer any questions via email without a problem. Today's lesson is focused on content governance and how do we implement that specifically in Contentstack using custom roles. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to go through a bunch of stuff. So let me go ahead and reshare the screen. Now it's a good time to reshare the screen. So we're going to go over here, and let's start by talking about, content governance. What is content governance, right? So content governance is basically a set of rules that you want to put around your content. So for example, you may say, look, we have a blog and certain people can access the blog articles. Other people can't access that. Maybe they have access to a variety of other content types. Maybe you have a translator and they only have access to translating an article, so on and so forth. And in fact, I just gave you a hint because that's what we're going to do today. So that's your content governance, right? Now, how do you implement that in a headless CMS and specifically in Contentstack? Well, we're going to implement it using roles. Now, there are two types of roles, and this is true in most headless CMSs, but you have system roles and then you have custom roles. System roles are those that are built into the headless CMS, right? So, for example, with Contentstack, we have 4 roles basically, and let me go through them real quick here. So you can see you have the owner role. This is the God role. This is the one that owns everything, has access to pretty much everything. And you can see right here, access to everything is stack, delete stack, transfer stack ownership. Then you have the admin, and notice that obviously owner can also do custom roles, right? Because you're the owner. But admin is at that level is where you can actually create custom roles. That's why it's important. But admins can create and manage entries. Let me go bigger there. Can create and manage assets, environments, languages, manage users and stacks, audit your logs, and publish and manage the publish queue as well. The developer also has access to create custom roles. And that's why I'm pointing these out, because these are, to create custom roles, you've got to be at least an admin or a developer. If you're neither of those, you're not going to be able to. And then you have a content manager, which has less limited. You can look at the Miro board once this goes on demand. It'll be available under the bonus material, so you can look at this Miro board. But today we're not focusing on the system, what do you call it, roles. We're focusing today on the custom roles, right? So let's go here, and with a custom role, you can create custom roles, and basically what you can limit, right? Because at the end of the day, what you're doing with custom roles is you're limiting, right? You're gonna limit stuff. So you can limit based on entry level permissions. You can say, hey, this user has the ability to publish, edit, delete in this content type or these content types. Field level permissions. So you can say they have access to this content type, to this field, and that's it, or not have access to this field, right? For example, you don't want to give them a specific field access. And then, of course, you can limit asset level permissions, right? Can they upload? Can they delete? Can they manage assets? So that's what you're going to do with custom roles. Today's example, to show you how custom roles work, we're going to assume a blog. We have a blog. We're managing a blog. And we have 3 roles. We have the blog author, which has, we have 3 content types. So let me show you here. And I got to remember to switch back and forth. Here we go. So here I'm logged in, and right now, currently, I'm a content manager. We're going to change that in a minute. But we have 3 content types, right? We have article, author, and category. So what we want to do is we want the author to have full access to the article, so that way they can create articles. But categories and authors, we don't want to give them full access. We only want them to be able to link to it. Why? Because as an author, you shouldn't be able to create new authors. This is my rule that I'm putting as a governance, right? You can do what you want, but in this case. And categories should be managed by an admin. We want to make sure that they don't start creating a whole bunch of garbage, basically. So category and author, they can read only, but article, they can read, write, publish, all of that. Then we'll have the admin. Now the admin is going to have a full access to the author. They can create the author. They can create categories. They can't really create, we don't want the admins messing up with content and creating articles, so we're not going to let them create articles. They're going to have read access only. And then we're not going to give them access to the assets. That's just the decision I decided to make in this example. Of course, you can make it differently. The idea with the blog admin here is that they're the ones creating categories and authors and nothing else, right? So if the author wants to create a new article and there's a new author, it should be the admin, right, that approves this. And then we're going to have articles in Spanish. So we're going to have a blog translator. And what does this blog translator do? Well, they can go to the article. The only thing we can translate are articles. We don't translate names. We're not going to translate categories. Again, I decided that for this example. But let's see, there's a comment. I want to make sure everybody is good. Looks like we are all good here. There aren't any issues with the audio because I always worry about that. So we're all good. If you have any questions, by the way, those of you watching live, type it in the comment box. But again, getting back to the blog translator, this person is going to go into articles and only translate, not publish, just translate. So they can create, and that's why I put here, read and update. They can't create articles, they can't publish the articles. Now, they have to have access to read the category and author, because if they don't, the article is referencing those content types. Then if they don't have access to that, they won't be able to see that, okay? Alrighty, so we have that. So let me show you here. Where do you find, I'm gonna go through first the system type so you can see. If you go into your settings here, you should see roles. Again, remember, to be able to do this, you're going to have to be, if we go back here, a developer or an admin, and of course, or an owner. I'm an owner. So here you see the 3 defined system roles: content manager, develop, admin, and I'm an owner. The owner is just the owner, so there's no role for that. If I go into users, you'll see that I have 2 users. This is the example author user that I use. And this one is me, and you can see that I'm the owner right there, right? Here you could see that Marcelo, this one here at the Lewin Bunch,